Yesterday, I played this dedicated Malagos Eureka Shaman list, and I had decent results, but I felt that the all-in OTK package with like Eureka, pull out the Malagos, and then you just cast like double Frost Shock, double Lightning Bolt for 28 damage. I felt like that wasn't very realistic. You have to use your spells to stay alive. So I wanted to take the deck in a slightly more value-oriented direction, but I did feel that the Malagos was still pretty powerful for board control. You can go like Eureka Goose plus Lightning Storm, or just Malagos plus Beakered Lightning, and that felt pretty good. But instead of these single target spells, now I'm just playing more top end. Got a copy of Lich King, great Eureka target, just good value, especially if you can play like 3 of them. And then I've also got a couple copies of Charged Devilsaur and 1 Alec here, because I would like to still be able to kill the opponent, and these things go face. There's also a couple interesting combos for some more face damage. We can go Eureka on the Alec here, and then we can double Rockbiter weapon it just like the old days. Or if we pull out a Charged Devilsaur for 6 mana, we can go 1 Rockbiter and a Wind Fury, which is 20 damage. I am a little worried that since I cut the Lightning Bolts, the Frost Shocks, and the Zaps, I'm going to have a little bit more difficult of a time against aggro, but I do want to give it a try with a little bit more top end.
Thrall versus Nemzi.
Let's have some fun!
For Doomhammer.
Probably just keep Eureka, and then Thalnos Lightning Storm is a good board clear against Zoo. Might have to just storm on 3, but that's fine. If he's even lock, all I really need to pick up is a Hex to be in at least a decent position. Looks like he's probably Zoo though.
In the light's name.
Alright, so I can go like Storm on 3 into Overload on 4, Thalnos Storm on 5. Of course, that's dependent on him actually playing stuff here, but this might be enough pressure to get a Storm out of me. I think I can just Totem here. If it's Taunt Totem, he has to attack into it. If it's Spell Damage, he has to attack into it. If it's Searing Totem, it helps my Lightning Storm this turn if he plays like a 3/3. If it's Healing Totem, I wasted 2 mana. Alright, so... do I want to Storm here? He could have bumped the Light Warden into my Healing Totem and got a free buff on his guy, by the way. I think I'm just going to Storm Chaser here. This still isn't that much pressure that he's showing, and I have a really powerful board wipe next turn. Even if this is doubling Imp, sometimes I can just high roll. High roll on 1 and then trade the Storm Chaser into the other.
It's playtime.
Alright, this is actually fine. If he goes face at least. Which it looks like he's going to. So just Thalnos Storm, right? And then I have to trade off my guy, but that's fine. I overload a bit here, but I still have mana for Hex or Lightning Storm next turn.
Unleash me.
So that's a Hex. Could have gone Storm Chaser, but I don't want to take that 4 damage. And that's the biggest thing in his deck, probably. Maybe Doomguard. Probably enough to get a Lightning Storm out of me. Can play a Storm Chaser alongside it. Could also go Eureka Beakered Lightning here, but I can do that next turn, right? And it clears scarier boards. Plus I would have to high roll the Malagos off the Eureka, obviously. I might very well have to go for the 50-50 Eureka here, though. If it hits Mana Tide Totem, it's kind of a disaster. But gotta go for it, you know?
In the light's name.
This doesn't look like that much pressure, though. Unfortunately, this Healing Totem does buff his guy after I value trade. So trading actually doesn't take any damage off the table. He'll be showing 5. He needs 11 from hand. That's like almost impossible for him to reasonably have. I could just Volcano, I guess. But I just don't think that's reasonable. Let's just go Farsight and then probably Mana Tide. Okay, so if I wanted to kill myself, I could play this. But I think I am a fan of not taking... What would this even be? 25 damage from a Light Warden? This Healing Rain is a good pickup overall, though, because next turn I can go just like Malagos, Beakered Lightning, heal for 12.
Why do you call?
That's a lot of damage. But like I said, I have the Malagos play here if I want it. I can also just play Hagatha. Going up to 11's pretty safe. Well, I guess it's Hagatha and heal up with the Healing Rain, right? So that's gotta be the line.
Dark spirits, twist the trees, foul the lake, and curse this land.
So I did pick up the Devilsaur, which makes the Eureka on Malagos less reliable. But I can also just play Malagos if I need to.
Someone carved it.
If this is like Happy Ghoul and then buffed Chain Gang, definitely going to be a Malagos wipe. So if I just go for the Malagos wipe here, kill his board. I have 2 Eurekas for 14 damage, another 7 from the Malagos in play, plus the Rockbiter. But he does have a Soul Infusion thing in his hand, so I think I want to hold back on my board clear. I might even just go like heal pass here. Yep, I'm okay with this. He's pretty much guaranteed to commit more stuff to the board here.
Mushroom power! Mushroom power!
That's pretty scary, actually. My Malagos clear doesn't even kill the 7/7 Happy Ghoul. I definitely wasn't accounting for double Fungalmancer on that guy. But even then, he 7s my face, he needs 12 damage. He would have to go like tap double Soulfire Doomguard. That's just so insanely unlikely. Can I just go like Beakered Lightning Volcano? He's showing 5, 10, 19. Beakered Lightning does 5, Volcano does the remaining 14. So I could do that. I don't really spend my mana that well. And then I don't have a Malagos combo. I do have another Beakered Lightning in the deck, but I'd have to draw it. It overloads me to 6 though, and I could still play a Eureka next turn. I think I just like this line. Oh my god, what a pickup. Holy shit, that was good. But I think even without the Ancestral Healing, this line was fine. It was pretty much impossible to die. And he might have even just had to trade the 7/1 into my Malagos, which I would have been totally cool with. Also, with this line, I get the Malagos out of my hand, so I can go Eureka Devilsaur for 7, and then follow up with the Eureka full combo for 20. I discarded the second Doomguard, that's really good for me. Is there any reason for me to Rockbiter here? Set him to 18. I guess he could have like a second Life Drinker or something. Voodoo Doctor. I've already seen 1 Voodoo Doctor and 2 Fungal Enchanters, so I think playing the Rockbiter doesn't really do a whole lot. I could also trade, but it's like impossible for me to die here. He is really low on cards though. Maybe I just fatigue him. He still has a Chain Gang in here, so it's actually somewhat unlikely that I can kill him next turn. Okay, so with this line, I set him to 15. If he taps, he goes to 13, plays Chain Gang, I go Eureka, Wind Fury one of my Devilsaurs, and then other Devilsaur and Rockbiter take this guy out, and then I have 14 faced with a Wind Fury Devilsaur. I don't think I explained that very well. But, this play right here should pretty much show what I was gonna do. Like, this was the exact setup for playing the Rockbiter last turn.
Brawl versus Morgul!
For Doomhammer.
I like Storm Chaser, I like Eureka. I don't think I keep a Devilsaur in the opener, though. Looks like a Shudderwock deck. I could Beakered Lightning these, but why do I care about a couple Glacial Shards?
I will show you fear.
Stormy, stormy.
Pretty much always want to play the Storm Chaser on 4 if I can. This game definitely looks like it could be a Eureka Malagos Beakered Lightning turn. Or play at some point. Could Volcano this board, but that just seems unnecessary. Is the Malagos clear even good here? I think it's pretty reasonable. I feel like if you don't respect the boards out of Shudderwock Shaman, sometimes they just get you. The deck can do some pretty cheesy stuff. Okay. A pretty low value Volcano. So for 6 mana, I can Electra Eureka. That should be pretty powerful. Do I want to do anything about that Manatide totem? So I can Electra Eureka and Rockbiter the Manatide. That's pretty good. Could try to wait a turn on the Eureka play so I can get double Lich King. Like play Malagos next turn. And then turn 10 I can get double Lich King guaranteed. Or I could even just hold it longer than that. Just play Lich King here, just play Malagos next turn, and try to get double Charger out of the Electra play. I don't like leaving that Manatide totem up. I think I'm just going to go for a power play here and see what happens.
Lightning can strike twice.
Alright, hit the average result. Well, this is enough stats in play that he can't just play Volcano. So he needs like double Hex or Hex. No, he doesn't have mana for Hex Volcano. So he needs double Hex to be like totally safe here. But even then I just like play Malagos next turn, play Lich King the following turn. Ooh, 0 hexes. So Electra kills the Taunt Totem. I have 13 in play. 10 out of the Death Coil, another 8 from this Wind Fury. I think he's just dead here.
Ride the lightning.
Alright. Turns out Farsight into Electra, into double Eureka, is pretty powerful.
Brawl versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. For Doomhammer.
Against Druid, I'm probably just looking to Eureka as many Lich Kings and Yseras as possible. It's a good start. I have one Eureka and potentially another one out of the Storm Chaser. So if I could just go like 4, 5, and then another Eureka on 6, that's definitely a way that I could win an unfavorable. Two mana give him a 1/5 taunt seems like a bad hero power. So there's a Malagos. Malagos is not like a great Eureka target in this matchup, but it's certainly not a trash one either. Just a 4/12. Unfortunately, for some reason, Druid has this card that's just 1 mana, kill a 12 health thing. Or even bigger. Even if it was an Ultrasaur, he could kill it for 1 mana.
Stormy, stormy.
Volcano was definitely a low roll there.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
Okay, so he's Token Druid. I did pick up this Lich King though, which is definitely a superior Eureka target. I don't think I want a coin here. Let's kill a couple chain gangs. And just pass the turn, I guess. Good hero power this turn, but I just don't really see much reason to. But yeah, then turn 6 we can go Eureka, and then 7 I can coin out one of my 8s, and then play the other 8 on 8. I might have to Volcano this board, honestly. I can go Volcano into coin Eureka the following turn. That makes sense, I think. Play the Volcano that I drew off the Storm Chaser. Hopefully he doesn't have Wisp Soul here. Even if he does have that though, I could draw Lightning Storm. Oh no, I do have second Volcano, so I could actually deal with that. What? Well, that seems like an Ultimate Infestation setup, but he has a lot of cards in his hand, so it can't even be that good of an Ultimate Infestation. I guess if one's an Arcane Tyrant, I mean, he probably would have just played Arcane Tyrant that turn. So he's probably going to overdraw 2 with Ultimate Infestation, and he doesn't even kill my Lich King. Or maybe his hand is just like double Roar, double Branching Paths. I don't know, you might have even drawn with Branching Paths last turn. So 10 cards in hand. Can I just take this game to Fatigue? I play a lot of AoE. Kinda considering just going Healing Rain and then healing my face with Death Coil. Get my Lich King card, don't overdraw, don't have to spend any AoE this turn. If I'm fine with overdrawing, I could just play another Lich King. What do I not want to overdraw? I have 2 Lightning Storms and a Beakered Lightning in the deck. All of those are good. Electra's good. But getting another 8/8 in play is pretty damn good as well. I think I'm gonna play an 8/8. Death Coil is a pretty good card. Death and Decay is definitely better, but this is probably the second best. Here's some Wisps. So I have a Beakered Lightning here. Is he ever just dead? I do have 13 damage in hand. 29, I can set him pretty damn low. Probably just Beakered Lightning Hagatha.
Dark spirits twist the trees, foul the lake, and curse
Can Lightning Bolt his face to not overdraw here. See, the 16 puts him at 16. I mean, I guess I don't want to overdraw, right? Death and Decay, so I have 13 from hand, even if he deals with these Lich Kings. If he armors up, I probably just play Malagos. And then if it sticks, it's obviously lethal. Oh, I'm overloaded. I can't play Malagos. Shit. Well, I have triple AoE in my hand, so I'm probably not too scared of anything here. It's not lethal, right? 5, 5, 3 is 13, he's at 14. No real reason for me to play any of my burn here. If I pick up a Lightning Bolt or a Rockbiter weapon, I can just play those next turn. I guess a reason could be a Eureka draw. So like if I Death and Decay here, then I can Eureka double Death Coil. But like, that just kills him anyway, there's no reason to play burn. Do I want to play this anti-magic shell? I feel like hand space is definitely an issue for me at this point. It's gonna be hard to kill him through that if he can kill this Malagos. He did go taunt mode, so maybe he can't kill the goose. I can Eureka the Malagos here. Naturalize or dead. Oh, nice. God, I love killing druids. Compared to the pure Malagos version, this list didn't perform as well, but I do feel reasonably comfortable saying that my 3-0 with Malagos Shaman was a bit of a high roll. And I do think this list is tending in the right direction. In general, just having more top end has made the Eurekas feel a little bit better, and they're more flexible now instead of hitting the 412 dragon every time. But I did end up making some changes to this list. I ended up cutting a Mana Tide and the one copy of Elementary Reaction that I was playing. With the higher top end of this deck compared to the Frost Shock deck, I did feel like that I had a little bit too much card draw, the hand got kinda clunky, and pretty often I had to like kill off my own Mana Tides because they were drawing too many cards. And in place of those I added a couple Lightning Bolts. Like, Lightning Bolt is just a pretty solid card on its own. There is still some potential for like a Eureka double Malagos, or you can just play Malagos in a single Lightning Bolt to remove a Mountain Giant or something. Plus, when we're just trying to like kill people with Devilsaurs or whatever, it's nice to have 3 extra damage. When you're playing a wacky deck, it's always nice to just have a little bit of surprise burst so you can potentially catch people off guard. And then other than that, I cut the Alakir and put in a Ysera. Pretty much every time I drew the Alakir, whether I played it on its own or even if I just played it for 6 mana, it just didn't really feel that impressive. And in general, when I was trying to kill people, it was better to go Devilsaur, Wind Fury, Rockbiter than Alakir double Rockbiter. But I did feel like I still wanted the big thing, so I went for the Ysera. I feel like I like the split of 2 Chargers and then 2 big value minions, rather than 1 value minion and triple Charger. I think I'm pretty happy with this list as it is, although I could see cutting a Devilsaur. Maybe just have the 1 in the deck for the 20 damage combo if you draw into it. But the problem is there's just not another big thing in the game worth playing. Like, maybe you could consider just playing a Deathwing. It doesn't do anything when you pull it out other than be a 12-12, but being a 12-12 is pretty impressive. Other than that change though, like maybe you could cut a Beakered Lightning for something. But I think for a Eureka Shaman, this is a pretty reasonable top end and a pretty reasonable set of anti-aggro cards down here at the bottom. I think tomorrow I might take this deck into Wild, and then cut the Devilsaurs and the Ysera, and I can play like Kel'Thuzad and Ragnaros, maybe a Sneed's Old Shredder or something. Plus, in the Wild format, you can go Eureka, Ancestral Spirit, is that what the card's called? I always forget. And Reincarnate. That was like an old school Crusher Shaman combo. And it seems like that would pair pretty damn well with the Eureka, so I think I'll give that a shot tomorrow.